to another exciting episode of Goth Yearbook. Is your host, as always, Eric, aka the Eric Wynn. And with me, as always, is that hostess with the mostest, Caitlin, aka the Caitlin D. Caitlin, how is it new laptoping / crabbing?
I mean, if you're on our YouTube channel, just crystal clear.
Crystal fucking
to,
clear.
Well, I guess, I don't know. I was on the iPad for a minute. I haven't been on like the desktop setup with headphones, full on recording gear in a minute. I don't really have that option at the moment. So this is as good as it gets, but it looks, I don't know.
It looks even better than
my little like porn mini studio looking thing. And
yeah, we said right before we went on that it looks very much like casting call backroom type antics are going on. But it's like the Zoom era version of it where it's like, well, like social distancing. So I'm back here doing the casting call, but no one else.
Yeah, like curtains closed.
Yeah. It's the best year like have ever looked your situation, even back when you had like the whole studio thing. It's coming in crystal clear. It's almost like got like kidnapping vibes, like very much like you're allowed to like send out one message and it's just like crystal clear that's gonna go on CNN.
This is an AI like rendering of me. Yeah. That's honestly how I kind of feel looking at it, but it's more like I just updated from a 2012 computer to a 2022 or 2021. So that's been good. I went all the way to Los Angeles to get the new computer. It was a whole adventure. It was a whole thing.
That's right. We should shout out this is your second time only going from remote, mysterious, not disclosed location back to the States. And what was that like? When was the last time you went? Like, I can't remember anymore.
End of April.
What did you get in? Did you get into anything food wise, drink wise, place wise that you're like, I'm here in California for like 2 days. I need to hit this spot up. Did I spy in and out?
So this time I literally left my current undisclosed tropical location, landed in LA, and went from the airport to my sister's, and we hung out for a bit, and then I went from there to the friend's place that I was staying at, ate food, slept, woke up, went to my old office where my computer, I had it delivered there, and also saw like Chloe, friend of the show, Chloe.
Yes.
She works there, and so we hung out, and then what did I do? I don't know. It was like a day of just sort of, I told some people, I didn't tell anyone I was going to be there. I posted it on my Instagram stories, and I was like, I'm literally only gonna have this one full day. That was Monday. And then I left Tuesday morning at like 7 a.m. So it was only really one day. And I was sort of just eating meals all day and having like a few bites of things, you know?
Right.
And then my friend just got not a new, but like a cool used convertible. And that was fun. He was like, let's cruise I had to go to another store to pick up. So it wasn't so food centered. I feel like where I am now is where the good food is. And when I'm in LA, I did go to a diner. I love a diner. I went to Fred 62's, which is where I got the fried mac and cheese balls.
Oh, fuck. That looked goddamn decadent. I was into what I saw there.
Yeah, Fred 62's holds up as a diner. It's like open till 3 a.m. or something, or at least it used to be. And they have like the classic malt milkshakes and stuff. And it's on Vermont in Vermont Village, I guess. No, that's not. I don't know what it's called. Whatever, Los Feliz.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good times. And then I came back, and
was
normally
attacked by a giant crab.
And I got attacked by a crab almost immediately.
The universe not talking to you when every single time you return, you're bit by a scorpion, attacked by a crab, and you're always like, you of all people who see the signs and everything, you're just like, oh, it means like I'm here to grow strength.
No, I'm like, this is beautiful medicine today. Thank you, crab. Thank you, crab medicine.
Yeah, that becomes the new TikTok thing. Where it's
thanks for
like,
the crab energy, protecting my space, reminding me to keep my boundaries up, you know, when I need to. Sometimes you just get cornered by a crab. It was the other way around. I was cornering the crab. I was trying to get it to go outside. Anyway, I'm back. It was a whirlwind trip. I'm still sort of recovering. Like I'm still getting a lot of sleep.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think you did tell me the other day that you like. I got a text from you that said something to the effect of like, I have not been able to stop sleeping.
I'm also just not used to being constantly with people. And since I didn't
Mm,
have a car and I was carrying my computer, I was just like constantly with people that were
right.
like driving me around. We were going places and doing stuff. And then when I got home, and then I was staying with someone, in like a studio. And so by the time I got home, I was like, oh wow. Like,
I did spy
a
like
lot of like, yay.
driving around LA in style in one of those what do they call it? Boy. The roofless
Christ.
kind of car.
The what?
What's a roofless kind of car called?
Ruthless?
Roofless, like without roof.
Ruthless convertible?
Yeah.
Holy
One of
shit.
those. I know. And I'm laughing because I can like see my goddamn Fraser box set behind me. I'm like, boy, I'm sound like a real fucking nerd right now.
You couldn't think of the word convertible. I'm embarrassed for you. I'm like turning red.
Oh
uh,
shit.
man,
I don't
yeah.
know. I started driving like a trucks like over a decade ago, and then I just never thought about any other cars ever again. Anywho, that's great. That sounds like a fun trip.
Oh man, that's what I'm gonna hold close to my heart, like the throwing a computer monitor.
Yeah, I can't wait for like my funeral to like be like floating above it when you like have like this list of like no nice things. You're just gonna be like, when I remember Eric, I remember him throwing his monitor at work when he got really angry. I remember him not knowing what a convertible was. Um, well, as far as things that are new with me, this is gonna
Oh,
be
sorry.
kind of
What's new with you, Eric?
yeah. Well, the only thing new with me, I'm gonna push the mic back, and I apologize for the podcast listeners because this is kind of for the YouTube guys, but
YouTubers.
do-do-do-do.
So for the listeners at home,
Yeah,
Eric is holding up hold it a little high and a little to your left. There we go. Okay, so Eric is holding the new crew sweaters available. Well, not quite available. They're available for pre-order now, or you can save a couple bucks if you head to the Goth Yearbook Instagram and
at Goth Yearbook.
Eric and let him deal with it.
Oh, fuck.
Taking a few pre-orders, but it is going to be on my personal site in my shop, but it'll be linked through our brand new website we're gonna have up after 2.5 years or whatever, very shortly.
That new website again, www.redtube.com. That'll be the new Goth Yearbook website. No, just
What
kidding.
did he say? Red Tube?
.com. Oh, that's a porn site. I thought you would know that,
Oh,
but obviously
I
not.
didn't. You're like, I don't know this. I read about
Yeah,
it.
actually, the New York Times said.
No, we're clearly sponsored by Red Tube.
Yeah, right. I feel like I got like a fake sort of thing too, and I'm wearing like a Hawaiian shirt, but there's like a library behind me that's like very much like a porn quick thing. It's like, you're a Hawaiian shirt wearing guy, but you like to read books. Go.
You look like you just, I don't know, are crammed into some liminal space that like is inside of a bookshelf.
Yeah, my desk knows no boundaries. I very much it's like just shoved in a corner. Like, here, just do it over here. But that's the joy of house owning, is that space sometimes can be limited. But I'm actually, I'll give this secret away for the listeners. I'm actually in the process of building a studio off my garage. So yeah,
Ooh,
the unveiling one day.
debut announcement. I haven't
I
even
know.
heard that.
Hey, it just started last weekend. The first phase of the project just started last weekend. So I'll be updating
It
you guys
always
on that.
blows my mind how many projects you do that aren't building or like having a jacuzzi, because I know you're a jacuzzi fan like I am. And that would be
Lacey,
so high on my list.
Lacey and I, it is high on our list. I'll say this. It is number one priority when we find an Airbnb. It's like number one priority because like we've been looking at potential houses for the future to move to. It is like high on the list of all those things. My property just unfortunately would not support it in the backyard, but it is a high priority item regardless. I know.
All right.
Anywho, well,
Glad
on
we got
that thrilling note, yes, again, before we get to the next part of our episode, once again, please, if you enjoy that sweater, I'll be posting it all over the socials and just DM myself or Caitlin, drag her into this as well, and we'll tell you what to do until our Goth Yearbook website goes live. But on to other things. Let's get on with it, Caitlin. Let's talk about tonight's guest. Tonight's guest is an artist who makes an eclectic mix of cinema, fashion, pop, rock, and a punk attitude to make some of the best music I've heard. I just played it recently on our 80s theme night episode of the Goth Yearbook radio show. And they released most recently last year's EP, Riding Waves with Boys. I'm saying it right now, folks. You need to go check that stuff out. It is hands down some of the best, like, kind of modern take on new wave music I've heard. It's like a brilliant blend of pop and new wave. Let's get them in here right now. Please put your hands together and welcome to the show the one and the only Eternity. Eternity. Oh, almost. We got the mic. We got the mic and the video. Woo!
Hey.
Hello. That was
welcome.
welcome.
Thank you, darlings. Hello.
So,
Hello.
Eternity, I have to. So, for the listeners at home, we're doing a rare on YouTube. You'll be able to tell because it's just like bright as hell in our houses. But we're doing one of our rare pre-records because tonight's guest, who I believe is usually a Los Angeles transplant, is actually all the way over in Paris. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yeah, I'm definitely an LA transplant. I've been in LA since 2015. I'm in Paris right now. It's also Bastille Day here. So if you hear some fireworks pop in, just know they're just for us. No. But yeah, they're celebrating. They're celebrating tonight.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah, it is cool. I've never experienced it. So it's an interesting night. I can say that.
Can we ask what you're in Paris for?
I love French culture. I'm totally
Fair
like
enough.
obsessed. When I was in high school, I took French lessons and I've just always wanted to become fluent. I've just always kind of been drawn to just being fluent in the language. So yeah, so I just decided to come for the summer and see if I really can hang and if I actually want to move here maybe for a year or two.
I love that. That's very similar to where I'm living now.
Oh, nice. Where's that? Oh, I don't know.
Mexico. Yeah, it's not undisclosed. It's just
undisclosed location, undisclosed. Nice. You're in Mexico. I want to go to Mexico so bad. I've kind of just been like putting that off. I need to do that since I'm so close in LA.
Yeah, nice. It's beautiful. And definitely very accessible from LA. But Paris, I was actually supposed to go to. It was my vacation that I was going to take for the year, and it was like March 12th. 2020. It was like the day that the travel ban went into effect for COVID that I was going to be on the flight. And obviously I didn't take it. It's funny because even then people were telling me like, oh, just take it. Like you'll be fine, you know? And I was like, I don't think I'm coming back from Paris if I board that plane, you know?
Yeah.
Like anytime soon. But how has it been? Do you feel like you're like following that what's your experience been like there?
Thanks for asking that. It's been really good, honestly. I feel like it's interesting because I feel like, you know, whatever forces that may be kind of always push you and tell you when it's time to kind of like you outgrew a space or it's time for you to like go to a new space, you know, and you just follow that intuition, you follow that voice. I feel like things just start to unfold so naturally. And so yeah, anyways, that this voice has been in my head for a long time, and just being here, I just feel like I've already grown so much in so many weird, interesting ways. I am dying though, not having AC because it's been so hot. Like it's crazy. It's just like I feel like the climate crisis like, really hits you when you don't have AC, and you just realize like, wow, these heat waves are just getting more and more intense. So I'm just trying to get through that. But other than that, it's been a beautiful experience, just experiencing the culture, the food, and not having to drive, just experiencing something different from LA for sure.
Oh, that's the dream part above all else is no driving.
Yeah, the metro system is incredible. I'm obsessed with it. It's just so nice to not have that worry of having the car. Oh, by the way, Fred 62's
Oh
Or would
yeah.
I'm obsessed. Oh my god, I only went once, but I had like the vegan shake and like a vegan burger. It was so good. Did you love what you had?
Yeah, I remember like going there like years and years ago, and it was, I feel like it didn't used to be as good, or maybe I just wasn't getting a couple of years ago. I feel like every time I've been there since then, it's just like everything I get is good.
It's yeah, I was blown away. I was like, okay, this is my new spot. I never went back, but
Fried chicken Southwest salad. That's the last thing I'll say about it. So good.
that's nice.
Well, I can relate to all of that, especially like just, listening to your soul and your spirit that's like calling you somewhere, and following that. And I feel like one thing that people said to me a lot that I maybe took for granted, because then when you're talking, I'm like, oh, it takes a lot of like courage and good for you and blah blah. And people will say that to me, and I'll be like, no, I'm a weak little
Right.
bitch.
It's like, okay, just do it, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah. So good for you. Has there been one thing in particular about like Paris that surprised you?
Surprised me. You know, it's an odd kind of fun fact thing. I'm obsessed with Epsom salt baths. So I'm like, my Airbnb has a bathtub, which also I've come to find out bathtubs are kind of not a common thing here. They only usually have like small showers. But so I went to a few places. I'm like, do you guys have Epsom salt? And they're like, what are you talking about? They just have no idea
Oh no, really?
about taking
Interesting.
salt baths. I'm like, this is like an ancient practice. How do you not know about this? And they're just like bewildered. Anyways, I've found some traditional salt at the grocery store, so I'm just rolling with that.
You gotta get like
Interesting.
that Epsom salt plug out there.
Right? I need the Epsom salt.
Yeah.
I feel like there's some deep conspiracy behind that.
Yeah, what's going on there?
You would think that, I don't know, I would feel like it would like really do well in Paris or in France.
Right.
Like I would think that like Epsom salt would be a very like hot commodity over there, but you never know.
And Eric representing Coco Chanel has determined Epsom salts are going to be a hit in Paris.
Iconic. I know we have to bring it. Like, oh my god, this country needs healing. Come on, you guys.
Yeah.
What is the Epsom salt baths?
How
I'm interested in like and sampling a larger pool of Parisians, because I don't know if it's like maybe they just do use regular salts, maybe Epsom is, I don't know, like there's got to be something behind that, because yeah, it's an old culture, so where is it?
Well, exactly. I don't know. I was talking to a Parisian boy last night and I was like, salt in the bath. I didn't even say Epsom salt. And he's like, what are you talking about? And I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm walking away.
Yeah, and then it makes you feel crazy, because you're like, why do I put salt in my bath?
Yeah.
Right. You're like, exactly.
Being gaslit by the culture, like, what do you mean you're doing that?
Literally. Wait, so where are you at in Mexico? Do you love it? And how long have you been there? Now I'm interviewing you.
I'm in the state of Nayarit, which is like kind of southeast of LA. So I think it's south of Texas directly, but it's on the west coast.
Okay.
It's beautiful. I don't know how long I'll be here.
Oh, like
Yeah.
a little dixie. Nice.
You've been
Yeah,
there since like
definitely.
November, right, of last year?
Oh yeah, I moved here at the end of November in last year. So like December 1st last year.
Okay, wow. So you've been there for a while.
It's funny because it feels that way. And then like today, actually, I got the I was looking at like the memories or whatever on Instagram, and it was like the day that I visited this area last year with no intention of moving here, with like just going on vacation. And then there was like from there, it was funny though, because I remember when my plane landed and I was like landing in Puerto Vallarta, remember having this thought where I was like, oh, I'm home. And I was like, well, that's weird because this isn't where I live. But what's interesting too is they have a mountain range here that's called the Sierra Madre Mountains, and you see them when you're flying in. And that's what the mountain range is called in LA where I grew up, like
Right.
around
Yeah.
Pasadena.
Oh wow, yeah. Wait, you grew up around Pasadena? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. I'm in Highland Park. I know what you're talking about.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Those mountains up north is where I'm from. So it was very like, I don't know, I felt very connected. It's like a mirror world for me down here in a way,
Yeah.
There's a lot of obviously there's a lot of differences, but there's a lot of similarities that I feel really like comfortable and at home. Um, but Paris is beautiful. I would still love to visit Paris, especially now that I live somewhere tropical. It'd be nice to visit somewhere that's a little like got a whole got a whole
Wow.
different like so unprofessional. Um,
You're totally good.
it's that's like cities are exciting to me again, you know, now that I
Yeah.
don't live in one.
Yeah, that's funny because I'm kind of the opposite. I'm like, I actually need to go to the tropics right now because I've been in the city for so long. So it's crazy. You always want what's on the other side in a weird way once you're in one mode for a long time, at least for me.
Balanced.
I just want a hot tub.
Everyone just wants a hot tub.
Same these.
But and a pool too. It's hot as fuck up here. You know, like it's
No.
yeah. I'm up in like the northern part of California, and we went from it was legitimately like gray and overcast, like 55, 60 several days last week, and now it's like mid 90s going upwards real quickly today.
Oh wow, so you guys are like hitting a heat wave too right now.
Yeah. Well, we had this like 2 weeks ago, and then 2 weeks, like the week before that, it was gray. It's been like very fucking weird shit going on in California. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
How much? Do you know how much longer you're planning to stay out there? Just out of curiosity.
Well, once I hit my 90 days, I have to go, unfortunately.
Ah.
Yeah, so so my 90 days is August 26th, so I'll be coming back to LA then. But I'm going to apply for my visa when I get back.
Hell yeah.
So see how that unfolds, and I'm just gonna see how I feel when I get back, you know, like I do kind of miss my apartment and just gonna see how I feel and reevaluate then.
Now, were you born in? So I know you moved to LA when you were in 2015, but were you born and raised in Detroit? Did I get my information correct on that one?
Yeah, so I was born and raised in a small town about 20 minutes outside of the city of Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you know, Detroit was like right there.
Yeah.
Kind of still to consider the Detroit metropolitan area, but it's a small town called Monroe.
Okay.
And yeah, and then when I graduated high school, I went to Chicago. I was in Chicago for 2.5 years. And then I went home for a year just to like save up because I know I wanted to move to Cali. And then I moved to California, and now here we are.
Wow, a lot of similarities to our Caitlin, because that's Caitlin moved to Chicago.
I went to school in Chicago and for like 2.5 years also.
Oh, nice. Wait, where are you from? Are you from the Midwest or no, you're from LA?
No, my family, yeah, I'm from Los Angeles area, but my family, all my siblings, I have some roots in Chicago. My mom is from Minnesota, and my all my siblings had gone to universities in Chicago, so two of them still live there. And so yeah, I was there just for 2.5 years, and I was like, if I do another winter here, I will die. Like I will actually not make it.
Oh my God, no, that was my exact thought. The last winter I was there, I remember there was this like specific day where you walked out, and if you walked outside, it was like -10 or something. And they said it was colder than Alaska at that time. And I was just like, okay, I gotta go. But I do love Chicago so much. That's cool. You have siblings there and can go visit.
They were. Now I don't. Now I have siblings in New York still, but I haven't been to Chicago actually for a really long time. But I'm kind of good on Chicago. Like university years were fun there because like you're a student, you get like they have a crazy transportation deal there too for students. It was like $70 a semester, and you can take any transportation. You just have like a card. And that was amazing, you know, for that time of my life. But I don't think I would survive if I moved there now after living mostly in Southern California and now like literally the tropics.
Yeah.
If I went to Chicago in the middle of winter, I think I would end up in the hospital.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I feel like I could never. I feel like I can never go backwards in life, and I feel like I could never. Yeah, it just would feel like going backwards in a way. But
Yeah,
I still do really, really love Chicago, and I want to visit more because I love the culture there and just like of art and music. But yeah, it's freezing.
If you were like, so if you were moving forward, like, and you didn't go back to where you are right now, but you had like another 90-day situation, like, where do you think you would try to go next?
I would stay in France. But I would go to the south of France. I want to spend more time in like Nice and Saint Tropez, just because like it's very just magical place to just sort of write and get inspired. And a lot of my favorite artists have spent a lot of time there, so I'm kind of drawn there too. F. Scott Fitzgerald, that was like one of his popular hangouts, so I kind of just want to soak it up down there more. So you know, if and when I do to apply for my visa and like I end up coming here for a while, I'm definitely gonna spend some time down there.
Hell yeah, that's fucking legit. I would do that too if I could. Maybe one
Yeah,
day.
sounds
You
beautiful.
can do anything you put your mind to. If you
Well,
want
it-
to.
Yeah,
It is-
Eric, leave your family.
Yeah, there you
No.
go. Eternity,
Bring
right
them.
before we went on the show, I was asking you like quickly like what are some of your favorite movies, because I was trying to find like a quiz like that. We'll get to it later. But one of the things you said was Into the Wild, and I didn't even get a chance to like really comment on what you said to me, but I was very moved by that movie when it came out, and for very similar reasons. I remember when it first came out, I wanted to like get out of my house immediately, and I did. Like I remember like 6 months after it came out, like I moved somewhere new from where I was at that current time, just because like I was like had such an itch to like move. In that movie, I don't know if I have that spirit as much these days, but when I was in my 20s, that movie was just like very much the embodiment of like what I wanted to do, and like going exploring a lot of California and the Pacific Rim, like all this kind of stuff. Not the Pacific Rim.
You
I'm sorry,
saw the end of the
Pacific
movie,
Northwest.
right?
Yeah,
We're just gonna ignore that part, Caitlin. Come on. No.
good book too.
Wait, are
But
we
yeah.
watching the same movie? Am I thinking of a different?
That's so funny.
I
You
would
want to
never.
just like
I'm
die
just
of
gonna say this.
malnutrition in an abandoned bus.
I would never do that aspect of it. Caitlin and I are very much on record of like these days, fuck camping. We're very much like pro spawn resort. Like spawn resort gang is Caitlin and I, because fuck camping.
Okay.
I'm
still camp life. I'm still camp life all day.
I am all for like a good day camp, which is like you
Okay.
go to the lake, and like even like into the evening, like bonfire. And
Yeah.
then like I want to like immediately retire for the evening into like a 5-star spa and resort.
with a jacuzzi. Yeah.
I hear
And like
that.
massage appointment, like ready to roll, robe.
Yeah.
Like I want, and I like the second I walk through the door, I want to like I'm disgusted by what was outside. I'm like, I need to go shower and get it off.
You need the luxury of it all. I
Yeah.
know. I totally hear that. Yeah.
Okay, so we got some questions for you, including a voicemail. So how about we jump right into this with the voicemail?
This message is for Eternity. This is Strawberry. Hey, babe. Just calling in to tell you that I absolutely love you and I love your style so much. You're so diverse and a beautiful person. I just wanted to give you the opportunity to share a little bit more about your personal street style and any influences, any other artists that influence you on your clothing style. Love you, babe.
Shout out to Strawberry, who sent in a message to Eternity.
Strawberry baby. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. Style. That's always a hard one. I'm going to go quickly. I would say Cyndi Lauper.
Oh, hell yeah.
Johnny Rotten. Let's forget about the politics. Just a style.
Yeah, no shit.
Just got to throw that disclaimer out there. Ooh, the Ramones.
Oh,
Simple. Leather jackets, jeans.
The high top Converse.
Yes. Of course, early Madonna, of course. I mean, she kind of was like spearhead of so many different amazing trends. Who else? Oh my gosh, it's hard because I really do have so many. Early like 60s makeup. And just like I've kind of mentioned this before, but yeah, like pictures of just like teenagers in the 80s, just like general 80s like street style. So like the more underground kids.
What about like Susie Sue? Because I get a little bit of that with your black lines you do under your eyes there.
Yeah, no, she's dope too. Yeah. I've never got like super into her, but I've definitely seen a lot of references from her, and I'll kind of stop for a sec.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet the street style in Paris is incredible.
Oh, I can't imagine.
It's cool. Yeah, it's a different than my style for sure, because it's a little bit more classy and refined.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
But it's nice because it brings you into a different element. It kind of makes you want to elevate a little bit more.
Mm.
Yeah,
but for
after
me,
they're all like, "Ugh."
they're like,
Yeah. That was a great. Wow, Caitlin.
Shout out to our French listeners if we have even one. I'm sorry.
they're in
Two.
like
We have two.
Oh my god,
And they just
they're
left the
like
YouTube chat.
silk blazers, like silk pants. Everything's beige. It's like very luxurious, but it's like it's kind of cool to bring your style here because then people are like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, one thing I like about Los Angeles is people are like going around in the craziest shit, and it just like you can't blink an eye at any of it because you don't know if someone's going to like shoot a show or if they're just in a weird mood that day or if they dress like that every day or like whatever. But it's easy to blend in and be super out there.
Yeah, it's cool in LA because like I kind of say this here too to people. It's like in LA, like we wear swimsuits to the club. Like and here it's like you show up in a swimsuit to the club and they're just like, what the are you doing, girl? Like yeah. It's cool though. It's experiencing that different culture because then you kind of shock people a little bit more. In LA, everybody's so used to it.
Yeah, here where I live now, because it's like a beach town, surf town, clothing is all but optional. It's like that close. As long as you're wearing a little something to cover up, no one's gonna think twice. But I think if I dress real fancy, I've even had to like find my shirts that are a little more worn out because I feel like if you're like kind of like that's super new, because everything's like dirty and it's jungle and it's beach, so.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's different.
That's nice. Are you eating a lot of fresh fruits?
I'm eating a lot of fresh everything because the meat's a lot fresher too, and yeah, there's
fresh crab you caught in your room.
Fresh crab in my room, spearing them. I have friends that do like spear fishing though here. They're just getting into it, so they'll like fish and stuff. And I've gone on little fishing trips, and then you take it to the restaurant and get it cut up in ceviche and whatever.
Ooh,
that sounds hella good.
Yeah.
One of my good friends in like my 20s, like when I was like going out in San Francisco a lot, was this French guy. He like roomed with like another good friend of mine. His name was Bastien, and I still remember to this day. I brought someone home to their apartment. Bastien was out of town, and this is shameless, and I've told him this like since then, so like this isn't like a big reveal to him, but the next day I stole one of like his pairs of underwear because like I needed like a fresh new one, and I still remember like opening up his drawer, and it was like, oh, this is like how a French man, like his kind of like underwear was like so much nicer than like my like tore up Hanes from like Target. And I remember in that moment, it was like very like, oh, this is like how a man should like wear underwear. And honestly, to this day, I've still never seen like underwear that fancy like out in the wild.
No, it's like your Anne Hathaway moment in Devil Wears Prada.
And then he shows back up to his apartment. He's like, is that you mean your like the fall 2020 line of like whatever? And I'm like just hanging out naked on his couch. Like, yeah, buddy, that's right.
That's an iconic share. I love that.
Shout out Bastien.
That echoes everything that I've been saying about here for sure.
One of the questions actually someone sent you was they want to know what's been your favorite place to visit in Paris.
What's been my favorite place to visit? Probably this club called Carmen, Le Carmen. It's just like a really chic like nightclub. A lot of cool cats there. A lot of like just interesting people. That's been my favorite so far. I've been there twice so far, and I think it's like my new hangout spot. And I am finding that for a lot of the cool kids in Paris, it's like their go-to hangout spot. So, and then one more spot. Sorry. So Le Carmen, and then there's also this really cool bar in this hotel. It's like a luxury hotel, but the bar is like you can like walk into it, and it's literally when you walk in, you can tell it's so old. It's
that's it.
Gotta be like 1700s or something, but it's so romantic. It's called Les Maisons Souquettes.
Oh, even the name.
Les Maisons Souquettes. It's très bon. Beautiful.
Wow.
Caitlin, how come you don't say shit like that on the show? How come I never hear about any clubs called like
I'm pretty bad with French.
Someone wanted to know, what do you miss most about the States? I guess besides the Epsom salt.
The Pacific Ocean for sure. Yeah.
Have you?
Definitely.
I apologize if you already said this, but have you gone up north to like London? Have you gone across the tube at all and visited over there?
No, not yet. I'm going to though. I'm
Nice.
going to. I'm thinking like the first or second week of August. I'm kind of like checking on my flights and figuring it all out. But yeah, just for a couple days. Just for a couple days. But yeah, I'm really excited to
Nice.
go to London.
Someone wanted to know, when did you first start writing music?
I first started writing music probably when I was like 6 or 7, really young.
Damn.
Yeah, mainly just like lyric writing, and then actually like composing stuff, like composing music probably like 14.
Nice. That is early.
Yeah.
When did
Yeah.
you first release something under the like Eternity moniker?
Well, Eternity is my real name, but when I first like started, I always like attached like my middle name to it because I thought it was more easily searchable.
Mhm.
So that was kind of like, my ideology behind it. And then I kind of realized like it's kind of too much to search like long names, in my opinion,
Mhm.
unless like it's like a really good name, like get into the band. And then I also realized I wanted to just be known as like Eternity and just roll with that. Just my first name. So originally, like my first song when I was 17, but I included my middle name, and then Riding Waves with Boys was the first time I dropped everything, removed everything that I previously released, and just started fresh with just Eternity.
It's like the real world stopped being nice, start getting real, just using that Eternity. Someone actually asked, and now I'm kind of curious. Someone asked, how did you come about the name of Eternity? But it sounds like it was the name bestowed upon you. Did you ever get like the story of why that was chosen?
Yeah, my mom was deciding between two names. So I was almost named Cheyenne.
Oh.
And the second option that I guess she'd sort of thought of like last minute is what she told me, was Eternity. And yeah, I guess she just decided to roll with Eternity. I guess she thought it had like an epic sound to it. And then I have two middle names, Elizabeth and Sky.
Oh, wow.
So Eternity, Elizabeth, Sky. So my mom was just like going in. She just, props to her. Props to her.
Where do you want it all?
Where did the Cheyenne come from, out of curiosity?
I don't know. I never really got too deep into the Cheyenne thing, but I was just happy that that wasn't my name because I was like, oh, wow, I just couldn't imagine being a Cheyenne. It just doesn't fit me at all. So
that's fair.
Yep.
Who were your early music influences growing up?
Early, my mom was obsessed with Prince, so naturally
yeah.
I was obsessed with Prince.
I got my little Prince doll that watches over all of our recordings. He's like my number one.
Oh my god, that's amazing! I'm obsessed with that. That's so cute. Where did you acquire that? Oh my god.
It is. I'm not a Funko Pop guy, but it's like the one only Funko Pop that. And I apologize because family sometimes listens to this, and I don't remember which family member gifted this to me, like a Christmas or birthday. It could have even been my girl, but I honestly don't know. It could have been Lacey. It could have been. I don't know who gave this to me. I apologize, whoever out there gave me my Prince, but I love him.
I want a Cyndi Lauper version of that.
Oh, ASAP. Yeah. Well, I was going to ask, is Cyndi Lauper also one of your like early ones?
No, not early. No, I didn't get into Cyndi Lauper until like 2018. But other early ones, so Prince for sure. My mom it was like all the stuff my mom was into. Alanis Morissette.
Oh, that's a good 90s mom song. Or
yeah, totally. 90s mom lady for sure.
My mom got divorced in the 90s, so she definitely would like rock out to some like Melissa Etheridge, Alanis Morissette, like a lot of those like not Anne DeFranco. That would have been a little too underground for her, but she would have probably dug it.
Melissa Etheridge, that's iconic. Yeah, I know my mom too. And then when I kind of got on my own, I mean, I was a kid during like, the height of Britney, Christina, NSYNC. So obviously that was like, I was super drawn to that, of course, because it was so like camp and fun.
Yeah. Britney, what like if you're listening to this, this was being recorded on July 14th, and Brittany once again is making some like hot posts on Instagram, posting about like God is dead and shit.
No,
Oh my
she's
God, I saw that. I saw you like that. That was she. I love
I don't know,
her.
what was it, Caitlin?
God
It was-
is not nice. God is
not nice.
God is hot and something. I don't
no,
know.
she's like, but
the
maybe
devil
Satan
is
is.
hot. Let me look it up because it was really a classic.
And
one.
I did like fire react to it a couple times. I've saw like several people who like know me like that I commented on it. I was like, oh my gosh, like it's like visible for all to see on the Brittany post.
It's super visible. I saw that too. Isn't
It's
that
hilarious.
crazy?
Yeah.
So the post is God is not nice. It's just text white, black on white. And then the caption says, does that mean the devil is all caps extremely hot and nice?
With like the devil face, right? Like winky and like
Yeah.
a wet spurt or whatever. I love
And then
it.
it goes a little more off the rails, but yeah.
Yeah.
It was, the
That-
devil is extremely hot and nice.
That should be our
Oh my
next
God.
shirt. That should be like on a crew. Just like the devil is extremely hot and nice.
She's just, I mean, you're born an icon. What are you going to do? Everything that comes out of you is gold.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, totally. I love Brit. Forever icon.
I shout out just to not to keep like going back to Cyndi Lauper, but because one of the other movies that you sent me was Romeo and Michelle, which was like a big part of my childhood. I fucking love that movie, and a big iconic moment in that movie is the dance to Time After Time. And I got the single actually to Time After Time after seeing that movie back in like the 90s to date myself there. Oh man, that's a great fucking
That
song.
moment like shaped so much of my childhood. Like, so technically I did get into Cindy before I realized like all of her hits, but that moment was like, I just remember being so inspired by that dance number with the looks,
yeah.
the choreo. It was just, that moment was everything.
Eternity, did you watch Friends growing up?
No, I didn't. No.
That's fair. I was gonna say to Caitlin and to the listeners who do, Phoebe, obviously, Lisa Kudrow, who is in Romeo and Michelle, that guy like that they obsess over is Drunk Bobby from the first season of Friends. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
Anywho,
the high school hottie.
yeah, the
Remy?
high school hottie, the one who like ends up being like a high school not
Drunk.
so hottie. Like there, he's like all drunk, and she's like, "Let's fuck."
Yeah. It's
Oh.
hilarious.
You know what? Someone also asked who are your fashion influences, but we already got over that. Someone wanted to know, this was a fun one. What would be the most Parisian way to break up with somebody?
Ooh.
Parisian
Yeah.
way. Oh my god. Huh.
If you had to like cultivate a guess as to what would be the most Parisian way to break up with somebody.
Probably like at a fashion party at Fashion Week, just like casually drop it with like a thing of champagne. That way, so they can't like freak out and they have to
Oh.
keep their composure. And then just like, sorry, babe, like, and then walk away.
Yeah, like on the front row, you know, like that front row where you're sitting there in the folding chair and you really can't
Yeah.
like do anything, like just like
You know.
leaning in, whispering in, then kind of like sauntering away, and they're just like they have to like sit there. You can see it all in their face with like the Kanye West child, what's her name, who hold up the "shut up" sign or "leave me alone."
Oh, North, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh my
Um,
god, that would be iconic, actually.
Caitlin, do you have a? What would yours? Would it be just sending a? Yeah.
It's the classic email their dad.
Oh my
Subject,
god.
hey, body empty.
Yeah. And that will, because you know,
Past 10 p.m. only.
yeah,
Late night too?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
yeah, late night, just a subject. Hey,
Shoot their dad an email. See what happens.
I don't know if that's Parisian, but it's great. I always have to reference it. We'll have to figure out how to put that on a shirt one day. How long should a romantic letter to a lover be? Someone wants to know.
Oh, a letter.
Yeah.
How long should it be? Oh my god.
How
Okay.
long, like, if you were to receive a romantic letter, what would be like the ideal? What would be like, because there is a certain point where it's like, if it's like 34 pages, you're like, well, just write me a novel
Oh my
instead.
god. No more than one page. If you do more than one page, we have a problem. You gotta go. One page. You
Get
get
it.
Kaylin, what do you think? You one page too, or do you think you could handle a few pages? What would be like
For me to write or for someone to write to me?
Both.
I could handle probably infinite pages from someone else.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Okay.
I might not read them all, but I would
But
appreciate
knowing that
constant
they're there.
validation. I'm
Knowing
never
that
gonna
it's endless.
I'm not gonna cork it.
Love it.
As far as how much I'm writing, maybe like a page or two, like song length, you know?
Mhm.
Mhm.
I would like a sticky note. Honestly, to be broken up with by a sticky note, like Carrie Bradshaw in Sex and the City, like that's fine. That seems like appropriate. Like if it has to be like an email where you're like, oh, do I gotta read all the shit that like I did wrong? Like fuck that. But a sticky note, just clear and crystal, I like it.
Not to bring astrology into this, but I kind of have
Oh, you're on the
to.
right show. You're on the right show if you're gonna bring astrology into
Caitlin.
it.
Okay, air signs. You heard us. Keep it short. What's your sign, Caitlin?
I'm a Taurus.
Oh, okay, nice. Okay,
I know that
Venetian.
might have felt like a Leo thing for her to say, but
I feel like it was more of a Cancer thing. Like she's just ready. She's just ready for that a novel. But I think it's that Venetian influence. She's like, I'm ready.
wait, Caitlin, I always forget. What's your moon and what's your rising?
My moon is Virgo and my rising's Libra.
Oh, that's right.
Ooh,
Okay.
I'm a
Our
Libra
little
rising too.
justice over there, justice seeker. And eternity, very much a Leo, right?
No, I'm a Libra sun.
Oh, that's right. We just talked about the other day where I was like, oh, it must be, and then you're like, I'm a Libra.
That was iconic though. Libra sun, Sag moon, and Libra rising.
Okay. All right. Who is a fictional character that you look up to?
To think on that for a sec.
Caitlin, that would be great if you were a Cancer and that crab was like visiting you at your house and you were getting fucking all fucked up by your thing. Caitlin, do you have a fictional character that you look up to? Do you take on adventure the way Jack does in Titanic?
How did you know that was the first person that came into my mind?
Because we're good buddies and we've been doing the show a long time. I know if it wasn't that, I was like, what other Leo character would you like both be like romantically drawn to, but also like, I also want to model my life after them.
But like, I don't want to be like Jack at all. Like, I'm not interested in.
I know you so well that in the back of my head, as I was saying that, I was like, but like Caitlin would probably say like on the back end that like, but actually I don't want to be like Jack.
It's just the first fictional character I think of is always Jack Dawson.
Jack is very much just a 6-year-old boy. Like he thinks he's invincible. I guarantee he thought, even like we know when like he kind of like went into the water to die. He is a 6-year-old boy. He probably thought somewhere in the back of his mind, like, I'm not actually going to die. Like I'm just like, this is giving me bonus points for this girl that like I'm in love with, I'm boning. But then he does die. At least we think. For all we know, he found like another boat and he like went off.
Okay, I thought of mine, you guys.
All right.
Naomi from Showgirls.
Oh, hell yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, just kind of like being a free spirit, doing what you want, getting what you want, but then also caring about the people along the way, I think her character was phenomenal in that movie.
That's a great fucking movie. I love that movie. Good choice.
That movie too.
Yeah.
It's iconic.
I laughed so hard though in that pool scene when they're just fucking and he's like,
I love that pool scene.
Paul Verhoeven knows how to fucking shoot a sex scene, in my opinion. It's ridiculous and it's great. Yeah.
I love that scene. Oh.
Someone wants to know, this is how they wrote it. Name drop the products you use for your hair, girl.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they might have been talking about me. So first of all, I'll just take this over. You guys both turn off your Zoom cameras. No. Eternity, what's your regimen on that?
This guy that I was dating a while back convinced me to like only wash my hair once a week. So that really helped my hair.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, especially because like I'm mixed, so my hair is like naturally drier and kind of like will start to dread a little bit. So just like only washing it once a week has really helped, actually, in a weird way, kind of balance the oils. And I really like this brand called Pattern. It's also made by a Black woman, so she knew what she was doing, especially for mixed hair.
Right.
So I love pattern. And then I use a cream-based shampoo. So my shampoo isn't really like stripping of the oils. So that really helps. And then I actually recently started using Olaplex too, just because of the hype. And I've been using it for like maybe 8 months now. And that's really helped my hair as well. So those are my products.
Nice. I sometimes, and Caitlin can attest to this, I sometimes fluctuate from having like very short hair and having very long curly hair. And I just like
Ooh.
did like a cut. I like kind of like completely started over like 2 months ago. I'm regrowing it back out with the intention of like growing the curls out pretty long again. And I've been trying to do it the right way, which is like only washing it once a week. I actually did for the first time in my life. I did like a avocado oil and egg mixture thing that I put in my
Okay.
hair and sat like a hair mask that I did for like 30 minutes, like to get protein into it.
Yes.
There is a, Lacey gives it to me and I never remember what it is. What's everyone like taught, like it's like the supplement or thing you're supposed to take for strong hair? So,
Biotin?
what is it?
Biotin.
Yes.
Biotin?
Yes, biotin.
Nice.
Does that actually help, or is that one of those things that like moms just like told their daughters back in like the 60s and everyone just does it?
Everyone ate it up. No, I feel like it works. I think it works. I think personally, I think it works better for your nails though. I feel like I
That would
notice
make
it in
sense.
my nails more. Yeah. Another thing, I just got my hair done like for the first time in Paris, and my hairdresser was like, "Your hair is pretty dry, girl." He was hilarious. He was a total riot, but he was like, "Your hair is pretty dry, girl. You should sleep with conditioner in your hair because
Oh yeah.
your hair is like a sponge, and it will just like soak it up." And then just rinse it out in the morning. And I actually have started doing that as well. And that is like really helping because my hair is dry from bleaching it. So just getting all the moisture that you can, especially when you color your hair, I think is really vital.
I have only embraced my curls like in my adult life. I used to hate my fucking curly hair. And especially like in the early 2000s, I wanted like straight emo boy hair. And
Oh
that was the
no.
trick I would learn, was to put conditioner in at night and comb it and put a beanie on and sleep with it on. And it actually does work. It helps like keep your hair like a little bit straighter and keeps it like it makes it a little bit cleaner and all stuff.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy you embraced your curls.
Yeah, same here. That was
You made
straight
it.
hair was a bad look on me. That was not
The
good.
same. Gosh, the same. I was
Cur-
really bad in high school.
I think
Straight.
that is like the common theme for the curly haired person out there is like I think you grow up wanting to like run away from it, like you don't want to embrace it. And I feel like there's a curl revolution that's been going on like kind of subtly in the last few years. I'm seeing like a lot of like actors and actresses and like characters on like film and TV like rocking some fucking good curls. I'm like, that's right. It's our time.
It is. It really is our time. Truly.
Kaylin, you got any hair treatment stuff you want to shout out?
Well, I actually also I don't have like super curly hair, but I have very cowlicky, kind of wavy hair that
Yeah.
gets also very frizzy because of my Irish side. And so I often, speaking of curl fighting, I do embrace my curls, but in cycles because I do the Brazilian blowouts. But it's actually something I get down here that's a keratin blowout that's similar, but it uses like cacao and it's like really, but I
Ooh.
go in the ocean a lot. Like I can't really only wash my hair once a week. And so I did that once every like 3 or 4 months or something just to deep condition. And it's straight for like a few weeks. And then it gets sort of like wavy. But when it's crazy humid and there's thunderstorms every day and stuff, it's just not constantly this like floof on my head. Yeah, because doesn't matter how much like oil or conditioner or whatever I put in it, when it's just like raw, natural, and I'm going in the ocean and it's super humid, it's a lot going on my head. So I do get the deep conditioning like treatment, hardcore stuff once in a while. And then it's pretty chill. Then I can pretty much use whatever I want.
I need to get one of those. I've always kind of been drawn to that because I just like seeing advertisements on it, like the Brazilian blowout. I need to try that out one day for sure.
I've always loved it, but I've also been like kind of a curl hater. I love curls on other people. Every once in a while, I love them on myself, but it's more about for me, my proportions. Like I feel like my head is already proportionally like doesn't have space to also have huge volume and hair. for the
Mm.
size of like my body. So like, or the dimensions. So it's like, I don't know. We're all just wearing our meat suits and making them as beautiful as we can and as pleasing as we can to inhabit every day.
Yeah, you know what looks good for your body and your like head shape, your body shape. I think we all kind of figure it out slowly.
Yeah, over time.
Potential episode title: Talking Head Shapes with Eternity.
Head shapes.
We got two more. This one might have been like I don't know. This one feels good for you guys. Would you rather be a horse, a bird, or a dolphin?
You have to choose between those three.
Yeah. Oh, do you reject all three?
I reject them all. No,
You're
no,
like,
no.
I reject these three and I reject God. Britney Spears is the only truth.
The devil is hot and nice.
God is mean, so that's me. Okay. You know what? I would be a dolphin for sure. A dolphin.
Caitlin?
I want to be in the ocean.
I feel like I've done the dolphin thing. I love it. Loved being a dolphin. I feel like it wasn't very specific about the type of bird, and that's a pretty large variable experience.
All right, let's say
True.
pigeon.
Oh.
I'm just
Like,
kidding.
could
I'm
live
just
in
kidding. It
30
could be a
I was
falcon
gonna
or
say
a
a Persian
hawk.
pigeon.
I know that Caitlin wants one of them fucking predatory birds.
No, I was actually gonna say the opposite, because that would be the hardest life if you're like some hardcore like
Yeah, that's
you know
true. You need to
endangered
like get like a
species.
bunch of vermin and shit.
No, if you're like a Parisian pigeon, I mean, imagine you're just like having the finest croissants all day and fucking buttercream and shit, whatever they
They
have
should
in
look like
Paris.
they're having fun. They look
I
like
bet
they're
that's
having a good
amazing.
time.
I think I
But
would,
pigeons are brutal. One time I saw a pigeon like literally stabbing the other one to death with its beak. It was
Oh my God, that's horrifying.
terrifying. Humans do that too. So, I'm going to choose Parisian pigeon.
I feel like I'm going to choose a bird. Are there
Oh my
Okay.
God, you guys are birds.
only
Could
because
be a duck.
birds get to like
I love
duck.
duck.
I've been doing like walks on my lunches at work just to like, be healthy, and I know. And
Oh no, I'm laughing because I feel like you're going to be. No, go on.
well, I was going to just say like I work like near my office is like centered near like our yard at work where we have all material and stuff like that. It's actually near like this like industrial parkway, business parkway type thing, and there's like this super fake man-made lake that they made, and all these geese and ducks and shit are all chilling there. They're like fucking they will walk up to you, man. Like I walk on the path that like goes right by it, and they will like not move out of the way, and to the point where like my leg is like brushing them. I'm like, are they trying to like fucking scrape right now? Like what the fuck?
Oh my God, they're bold.
Yeah,
There used to be a gang of 3 geese in Echo Park Lake that would just chase people around.
yeah.
Fights with people, and they would bite kids and stuff, especially when people would go try to like take photos with them, and they would just get super aggro and go nuts. It was really funny, and they would like walk around honking, and like flap, 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 flap.
That's incredible. That reminds me of like a TikTok video that I saw the other day. I think it was like these like sea lions or something. And I think it was like La Jolla something. Somewhere in California. And basically
Oh, La Jolla.
Oh yeah, Hoya. My bad. Oh my God, wow. But basically like everybody was like taking over where they like come up on the beach, and they just were like taking back their space, and we're just like pouncing on people.
Oh hell yeah! I
Oh my
love to see
God,
it.
like
When
iconic.
nature
We
strikes
love to see
back.
it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, I imagine being body slammed by a sea lion would be pretty hardcore.
Yeah, no shit.
Very scary.
That would kill you.
I'm sure you guys will see the video because it's kind of becoming big right now, but
Hell yeah.
it's really, really interesting video.
Well, we will now that our phones are listening.
This is going to be airheaded question on the lines of the convertible situation, but real question, are there any like wild non-domesticated horses in North America, like in the USA states, or like if there's even like a sighting of them, do they immediately grab them and like rope them into like some fucked up shit, or like farmers immediately grab them? Like,
No, there's There's a pretty good population. There's a really good
Where
Twitter.
are these like wild horses that people aren't like fucking? I know. Good for them. I want there to be wild horses. I
Follow-up
just
question.
don't believe.
Where are they? I want them.
Bring me them right now. Let me know. Only because it makes me feel good. Actually, I know I'm like being very aggressive about it right now, but it makes me feel good to know that they're out there. Because like my fear is that they.
Yeah, you
if there's
sound
even,
like an exotic horse hunter right now.
If someone could email me, eric.gothyearbook@gmail, and just let me know coordinates, best highways to get to them. No, only because I'm so cynical of mankind is the reason why I ask. And like, it's just hard for me to imagine like a horse that's just allowed to live freely in America because like most things are not allowed to live freely in America. And horses, like, we love to use them for like all sorts of shit. So it's hard for me to imagine that we let them run free like that. But fucking
There's
hell
not
yeah.
that many left. The population is like definitely dwindling. There's a few like hardcore activists that are really passionate about saving actually wild horses. They're mainly active on like Twitter and Facebook, but there's a pretty like big community of like a lot of horse girls
Nice.
who are really advocating to help save the wild horses and just like stop them. Like there's a lot of like just like government interference trying to kind of like stop the populations of wild horses in America, but
Right.
there's still a pretty healthy amount. But I highly recommend like looking up the pages. It's really interesting. It's funny that you even mentioned this because like me and one of my friends had that question a couple years ago, and we were like, "Is there any wild horses left like in the Great Out West?" Like, and then we
Yeah.
went deep into it because we obviously like are animal lovers and wanted to know more. And then we kind of got into like the foundations and
I was gonna say it's almost like we set you up for that because it's a very
I know.
specific
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
knowledge.
yeah.
I looked it up, and the wild horse population in America is estimated to be 33,000.
That's not a lot. That's like
But that's
Iowa.
kind of it though. You think there were none, you know?
Yeah. No, I agree. I did see Caitlin start reaching for her keyboard as I was like finishing up what I was saying. I was like, what if Caitlin just put into the chat like just to me like stop.
I'm so glad you gave us a number though. Need that statistic.
Okay, one final one before we get into the game. Someone wants to know, what is your drink of choice?
Like a non-alcoholic beverage or an alcoholic beverage or both?
They didn't specify, so
Anything.
you get to, yeah.
Okay. Well, non-alcoholic, I would say kombucha,
Oh, nice.
just preferably ginger, light on the sugar.
Yes.
And for alcohol, I would say like an organic red wine that's tart, usually like a Bordeaux or a Pinot.
Right up my alley.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's funny, like, there's, like, questions about, like, the love letter and the drink, and, like, what if it was, like, someone who was, like, trying to, like, get all these notes before, like, a first date or something like that?
Oh, yeah, he better be taking notes. He better be. Come on.
Parisian boy, if you're listening.
Bordeaux, one-page love letter.
Could be a London boy. What if it's like setting it up for like that trip, like everything's like leading, and it's like a horse activist too, or something like that. Or maybe what if it was like a dolphin activist, and they're so like, well, no, you did chose the dolphin too, though. So either way, it works.
That's
Okay.
amazing.
Eternity, we're at the hour mark, and this is the time. Sorry, I'm so thrown off because I just looked at my phone and it says 4:43. I'm like, that's not an hour. But that's because we're doing things a different way today. We're at the hour mark, which means that's time for us to segue into some games. The first game is a little bit of a little childhood classic called MASH. Are you familiar with the childhood game MASH?
No, I'm familiar with like the old time TV show.
Hell yeah, me too. One of my favorites, old man stuff. No,
Totally
MASH.
different.
Yeah, MASH is, you might know, it's like one of those things you kind of play like during recess. It's called MASH because it's for mansion, apartment, shack, and house. And it's like all about like asking these questions, and you get to like kind of see what your life will be like one day. It's kind of like an early childhood version of like seeing into the future.
This sounds cool. Oh my
Well,
god.
here you go. We're going to get into it right now. So are you ready?
Yeah.
Let me set up my mic this way. Let me make
Ooh.
a timestamp this moment. Okay.
Set up.
I'm going to read you a couple questions. You're going to give me two of your favorites and then your least favorite. So the first one is places that you would live the rest of your life. 2 dream places that you would live the rest of your life, and 1 place that would be a nightmare.
Paris. Hmm. Sorry. Oh my God. Malibu.
Oh. All right.
And nightmare. Ohio.
Oh shit. For the listener at
Wall
home who is not following along on the YouTube, Eternity fully closed their eyes and she was just like summoning the worst place ever. Like truly eyes completely closed, deep in thought. And what the gods bestowed upon her was Ohio. And honestly, she ain't fucking wrong. Dayton, Ohio, had to go there for work one time, and I remember thinking, this is my hell. No.
Ohio sucks. I'm sorry, you guys.
They know. All right. 2 dream jobs you would have the rest of your life, and 1 nightmare job.
Singer, dancer, nightmare job, anything in food service.
Sorry. Okay. 2 of your favorite colors
Pink and blue.
and your least favorite color.
Probably yellow.
One more time.
Yellow.
Yellow. Okay. Least favorite color. Yellow. All right. 2 dream vehicles, modes of transportation, vehicle, car, whatever you want to have in your life. And you cannot say what the color of the vehicle is.
Okay.
Because that's often what people want to immediately jump into.
60s or 70s convertible Ford Mustang.
Yes.
And probably just like a really good quality hybrid like van that I could convert.
Like an
That was it,
eco-friendly
right?
van.
Yeah, like a van for like van life or tour. That was just like really, really nice.
And then what would be like the worst vehicle that you'd be like, ugh?
Oh God, what vehicle aesthetically turns me off? Let's think. Like, oh God, please. um, Oh, what are they called? They're like the ugly like 2000s cars. I don't know what brand they are, but they're
Oh,
like an Intrepid, like they're like a weird like shape.
are you talking about the PT Cruiser?
For the
Not
element.
even,
Was it
not
called the
a
Intrepid? Because that sounds familiar to me, but I don't know.
an Intrepid or like a Toyota Corolla type, just like really
Yeah.
basic, like yeah.
I dated someone whose like favorite car was a Toyota Corolla, and I was like, "There's something fucking wrong with you."
Yeah, there's something odd going up there because
He was from Ohio.
Yeah, that is such a. That is someone who actively is like, well, I'm just saving up money. I'm in LA right now, but I'm saving up money so I can move to Ohio.
And buy a Corolla.
Damn, I feel bad hating on Ohio. You know what? Cleveland is pretty dope. I can't hate on Ohio that much, but you know what?
Cleveland is
And if
cool.
you're hate listening to this, my ex, I'm sorry. I'm sure Ohio's great. But
Cleveland
Corollas are fucking ugly.
Cleveland is cool. It is a trip though. I went there one time on like a Friday or Saturday night, and it is like just empty. It's like for like a major, like one of like the major U.S. cities. It's just like empty there. Like everything about it feels, I don't know. The vibrance is missing, Ohio, and
It's
I'm willing to fly out there if you pay me like handsomely. I'll fly out there. I'll bring vibrance. I'll make it like hip.
He'll bring Coco Chanel.
Yeah, I'll bring Epsom salts and shit.
And
They probably definitely don't have Epsom salts. Then you know they're looking at you like what?
That's all they do. They just like, I can sit in the bath on a Friday night.
Yeah. Two crushes. You can say people you know. You can say celebrities. These are two crushes you would kind of be with the rest of your life.
Oh, oh my God. Don't ask a Libra this. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. I don't know if I can get too personal on here and say the actual real thing. Oh my God. Like, what if they're listening? Okay.
They can also be fictional characters.
Yeah, or
Okay.
you can do like celebrities. You can be like, oh, Brad Pitt.
Or yeah. I forget that those are different.
Okay. I need a second to really digest this.
I do that all the time. Each episode, Kaylin, somehow I always fuck them. I'm like, or you can pick like a fictional person like Brad Pitt.
But this was a hard one because you said be with the rest of your life. So that one.
I mean, the implication this is someone you're spending your days with, this is someone you're marrying, having a partnership.
It's a very like millennial and post-millennial issue. Like, I mean, it could be the love of my life, but am I real like my whole life? Are you fucking kidding me?
The whole
You-
span?
There could be like a throuple thing with like a guy from Ohio. Like it's all good.
Okay, so I'll give initials on the first one because it's a real person.
Okay.
So if he can figure it out and he's listening, I love you.
Wow.
BRP.
What is it? Sorry.
BRP.
P as in Paul.
Yes. Okay.
Oh. Brian Phillips 69 just hopped into the YouTube real fast, smashing that like button.
And then second one, maybe just a general celebrity hottie, Evan Peters. You know who that is?
That's the
I don't
dude
know.
from. He's like the young guy. God, he to bring it back to incest, he looks like he could be your brother actually, because you guys look like you have kind of similar hair. He's like the younger dude in all the or not Arrested Development, American Horror Stories, right?
Yeah, that's
He was
really
with Julie Roberts'
have something.
niece for like a long ass time. He
with
was
Emma Roberts.
Roberts, yeah, that dude.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. That's gonna
That
be my new
dude
one.
is the homie. Hell yeah! Even though I don't remember his name. What was it? Evan Peters.
Evan Peters. Yeah, he's so hot. He's
That
dreamy.
guy. That's a good choice. I haven't had someone pick like
Yeah.
I like that choice. Good job. And then who would
Oh, and he
be?
played Jeffrey Dahmer.
No,
Sorry?
that was Zach.
Oh yeah, no.
Efron. But he did
No,
play like a serial killer
That
on
was
one
Ted
season.
Bundy that
Oh,
he
you know,
played.
you're right. He did play.
Oh
Ted.
my
Did Evan
God.
Pierce play?
He played Jeffrey Dahmer in the Jeffrey Dahmer story.
Well, there you go.
Did he? I could see him playing that.
He played it very hot. I can imagine.
Very hot. Jeffrey Dahmer.
What who would be like your nightmare person? Feel free to choose like unless you want to like name drop like an ex or something like that.
Nightmare person. Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I feel that.
Oh my god. Good Lord.
Totally.
Jeffrey Dahmer's story, by the way, is forthcoming on Netflix in 2022,
It was starring
God.
Evan Peters.
starring Evan Peters as Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh my God, I'm excited for that. I'm looking it up now.
While you look it up, can I please get 3 random numbers?
Like just one single digits?
Just 3 random numbers that come to you. Anywhere from 0 to infinity. To eternity. Eh?
Okay. 10 million.
10 million.
16.
Okay.
And let's get real astrological TikTok girl. 444.
I don't know why, but to me, it made me laugh. When you're like, let's get real. And I was like, what if you just said like 7? You're like, all right, no, but let's get real. 7. What are 2 of your favorite animals? Look at this. I don't know if I've ever shown this on the show before, and this is just for the YouTube only, but On the animals section, there is a bunny rabbit in like a tuxedo of sorts who owns a horse. So
Wow.
it's like real animal farm stuff, like animals owning animals. I don't know how I feel about
What
that.
is
He has a
that?
monocle in his
What
eye.
is that? It's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, I've been trying to think of my favorite animals, you guys. They're basic. They're really basic.
That's fine.
Okay. Okay, yeah, horses. Number one. Come on.
The trepidation, like, to just be like, all right, guys, I gotta admit, it's horses.
It's just okay. A drum roll. It's just and then the second one is a hard choice between cats and ducks, because I love ducks because they're just kind of floating and chilling their whole life.
Which one's it gonna be? This is.
I had to go with cats actually because they're so
no!
spiritual.
God, hitting all the Caitlin check boxes on this episode. And then, what is your least favorite animal? Or an animal, you know, it doesn't have to be a negative thing, but it's like an animal that you're like, I can't live with this animal.
Can it be an insect or no?
Yeah.
Mosquitoes.
Yeah, that would suck.
I would happily erase them from this planet.
Oh my God, seriously. All blood-sucking insects. Honestly. Terrible.
I'm going to draw a spiral, and you tell me when to stop.
Oh my
Still
God.
going? Oh my God. This might
Put
be
him to work. Put him to work. Put him to work. Okay, stop.
All right. Boom. Made a mess. The best was last week. We had a guest on, and their Zoom froze while I was doing it. My Zoom or their Zoom screwed. So like I was like playing up like I'm still going, and then I looked up and like Caitlin and the guest were both like frozen completely.
They're
And I was like,
frozen?
oh. I was like sitting here like, oh, this is a great bit. It was like 2 minutes in, and then I was like, oh. I was like sitting there for like a full like 2 minutes, like just drawing and being like, this is crazy, guys.
Till the end of the show.
As I always show each time, we got a little pencil that's going to cross it out. So what happened, Eternity, the magic of the game is that the amount of spirals I draw, it's like it will start going and it's like it skips every, so say you did 7 spirals. It goes every 7 and crosses out in each section, like the things that, and whatever's left in each category is your future. So are you ready to find out?
Oh my God, yeah. I'm nervous.
Okay. Once you graduate, you'll find work in Paris in the food service industry.
Oh, God.
Pros and cons. God, the Parisian food service industry, that sounds like very hectic. You'll get around town in your yellow, good quality hybrid eco-friendly van. Oh, you'll marry BRP. Oh, shit. And, and you'll live in a mansion with your 10 million kids. You chose 10 million. You have 10 million kids. An ever loyal pet mosquito. Holy shit.
Oh my God. My dream life.
It's truly a mixed bag.
Yeah.
It's a mixed bag.
I mean, if it's one single mosquito that like you domesticated, it's like on like a cute little string and you fly it around, like that might be quirky.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
We are going to end the show as we always do with a personality quiz. Now, Eternity, do you know personality quizzes, those ones like what Olsen twin am I? Things of that sort.
Yeah.
I scour the depths of the internet, and I did ask you before we went live, what are some of your favorite movies, so I could find one based on one of those. And you told me one of yours is Cruel Intentions, one of my favorite movies of my childhood. And so we got, what Cruel Intentions character are you? This is a BuzzFeed article from 2013 made by Aaron LaRosa. Aaron, thank you. And here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'll ask the questions and give you the multiple choices.
Perfect.
Sorry, I thought a cough was going. When it comes to losing your V card, how do you want it to happen? And then these are your options. Oh my God, do you mean SEX? And then, I lost that so long ago, I can't even remember who my first was. I'm waiting for love. I'd like Spartacus to be playing in the background. I have a person in mind, BRP, and I plan to make it romantic. And V card, whoever uses that word is a fucking moron. Damn, Aaron using language.
That's the Sarah Michelle Gellar one for sure.
Spartacus in the background.
Oh, hell yeah. Ah. Whoops. I'm sorry. I accidentally clicked on Aaron's thing and sent me to her profile. I don't give a fuck about Aaron's profile. I'd like Spartacus to be playing in the background. What's your ideal first date? We got whatever I need to do to get their pants off. A day of volunteering followed by a long walk on the beach. Something crazy like rollerblading, plotting other people's demise. Something intimate like dinner and watching live music, or most of the people I date don't like other people knowing about it, so something probably indoors.
It's the romantic one, the live music one.
Okay. Da-da-da. Sorry, these BuzzFeed ones, there's always like a million ads going on, so it goes real slow. What was your first kiss like? A little awkward. The girl's mother was a giant racist after all. It was it was with someone I really liked until he wronged me and I had to destroy him. It was with my BFF, which was kind of weird but also kind of awesome. It was with a hot corn-fed stud. It was with my middle school sweetheart and it was absolutely adorable. Or let's just say I've had better since then.
Let's just say I've had better since then.
Okay.
These are very on the money.
I know.
They are.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. I didn't even see that this was on here, but that makes it great for the theme of the show. What's your policy on incest? I'm serious. That's the question. I mean that the movie. Weirdo between two guys or ... Is this an actual question? Are we including step siblings? Because then it's totally okay. If I can use it to get what I want, then totally. Or I'll be praying for the person who asked this question.
Oh. Wait, hold on. Let's go with weirdo.
All right. There was a lot of hemming and hawing on that one for the listeners. I don't know, man. I think Eternity was going through like a little bit of like PR, self-PR, like what can I get away with?
It's like, wait, you know what? Step siblings? Maybe. You know what? I don't know. Still kind of weird though.
If you need someone to do something for you, the best way to go about that is, I don't know. People usually ask me to do things for them, not vice versa. Ask them politely for a favor. My mom gives me whatever I want as long as I'm good. I trick them into doing it. Be sweet, smile, and you'll get a lot from that. Or sex sells.
Oof. Be sweet, be smile. Or be sweet and smile. Yeah.
And your free time.
Smile.
Be smile. That's all.
In your free time, you like to help others. Write in my journal. Drink Long Island iced teas and model. Practice my passion, which is music. File my nails. Or take off my fake smile I usually have to wear. Ooh, so brooding.
Damn. The make music one. Of course.
Is it okay? Is it okay to destroy someone else if it means you'll be better off in the end? Absolutely. Mostly yes. Sounds great in theory, but I'll pass. This question is morally reprehensible. Absolutely not, or ew, gross.
Sounds great in theory, but I'll pass.
Would others describe you as popular? I'm well liked, but I'm too humble to use that word. I hang out with quality people. No, thank God. Totally, I really want to be popular. Do you think I'm popular? I'm popular with a few jocks, if you know what I mean. Or I'm the most popular girl in school and I fucking hate it.
Oh my God. I feel like that went too fast. Can you repeat those?
I'm well liked, but okay, so I'm well liked, but I'm humble. I hang out with quality people. No, thank God. Totally, and I really want to be popular. Do you think I'm popular? I'm popular with a few jocks, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Or I'm the most popular girl in school, and I fucking hate it.
Totally. I want to be popular. Do you think I'm popular?
All
That
right.
one.
If someone you're dating cancels last minute, what do you do? I find a new date. I make them sorry that they canceled. I've never been canceled on, but that sounds awful. I'd understand if they had a legitimate excuse. I don't date, but I've had people cancel pillow sessions. Or I'd be a little hurt, but music might make me feel better.
I'd be a little hurt. The music might make me feel better.
There you go. What do you think about the most, the past, the present, or the future? Now, even though there's 3 options there are actually 6 options that are written down here, which are mostly the present. I barely remember the past. The future, what I'm going to be like when I grow up. My future as the reigning queen. A little of everything because the past and present predict the future. I'm thoughtful like that. The past is who I tend to write about, or I live mostly in the present, but I worry about my future too.
My future is the reigning queen.
Yeah, hell yeah. Do you open up to other people? No. Yes, but I also like hearing what people have to share. I open up, but I'm not always truthful. I open up to the people I can trust. Oh my god, all the time. OMG. Or I'm out, if that's what you mean.
Wow, that last one was iconic. I open up to the people I can trust.
All right. And finally, what is your favorite game to play? Chess, Scrabble, charades, solitaire, Candyland, or the one where I win and you lose?
Candyland.
Hell yeah. All right, drum
Candyland.
roll. Oh my gosh, I don't know about this, but you got Cecile, the Selma Blair character. Sweet Cecile, you've been sheltered your whole life, so it's no wonder you can be a little naive when it comes to sex and, well, life. You live for pleasing your parents and you want to live up to their expectations, which is great. Just be careful with who you make friends with along the way because people have a tendency to take advantage of you or, make out with you in public parks.
Wow, I might have a little Cecile in me. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That actually kind of makes a little bit of sense. Although
These
I'd like
personality quizzes, they have a tendency, like, they reveal things about ourselves that we don't even
Windows
see.
to the soul.
They are. Wow, it's the new window to the soul personality quizzes based on movies. That's incredible.
That's right. And it only happens here on Goth Yearbook. And on that note, eternity, as much fun as this has been, we have to go to the end of our road. So before we get going with all of our goodbyes and stuff, is there anything for the listener at home? Eternity was just doing a whole dance. Is there anything that you'd like to plug besides voguing?
I like to plug my EP, Writing Lives with Boys.
Oh, cassette.
Here she is. Love her. Kiss her. Buy her if you wish for some glam in your life.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, stream her. Writing Waves with Boys.
All right.
And
where can
thank you guys.
Where can people find you online?
So if you go to any streaming service, just type in Eternity and Riding Waves with Boys and I'll pop up. And then of course, Instagram, Eternity Sky. Also, if you're on TikTok, TikTok's going hard right now. Retro Pop Girl is my name.
Oh shit. One of these days we'll get on the Caitlin and I will get on
figure
the
out
TikTok.
TikTok one day.
I need to Goth Yearbook on my For You page, you guys. I'm ready.
Oh, there you go. We'll look forward to. But otherwise, Eternity, this was so much fun. Thank you for being willing to come on the show. I know it took us a little bit of back and forth to figure out a date, make it all work, but I'm so glad we were finally able to make this happen. You guys, I am going to shout out once again. We have that merch. I'm going to be posting about it a lot this week, so just keep your eyes posted. I'm sure by the time you hear this, we'll be already knowing a lot about it. And as always, Caitlin, thank you for being the co-host with the mo-host. I'm going to say goodnight to both of y'all. Good night,
Nice to meet you
guys.
guys. Have a
Night.
good one.
You have a good one. Thank you.